Welcome to Threshold Kolam. Today we are going to do a special kolam for a special person. There is one person in every home, in every family and in every generation, across every language, every border, every corner of this world, who gives before she is asked, who wakes before the house wakes, who worries last about herself and first about everyone else. She is the first voice you hear, the first hands that hold you, the first heart that beats you before your own heart knows how. She is special not because someone told her to be, but because there simply cannot be any other way. She is none other than the mother. And in South India, she begins every morning the same way, bending at the threshold, drawing a kolam. Dot by dot, curve by curve. This one is for her. And now, 100 dots, 10 rows of 10, a nail Pulli grid, perfectly square. This is how every kolam begins, not with a line, but with a plan. The dots of the mathematics, they set the spacing, symmetry, the rules, and around them a single continuous curve traces a titled rectangular frame, drawn at a gentle angle like greeting card. Someone has held close and slightly turned. One unbroken line. That's the first rule of kolam. The line never lifts. It starts, it travels, and it returns. Now, down both sides of the kolam, watch what appears. Green circles alternating with red hearts, cascading from top to bottom. In kolam, a heart shape is two mirrored curves meeting at a point, the same geometry as a leaf, the same geometry as a petal, just turned upside down. The kolam does not invent new shapes. It finds what already exists in nature and places it where it belongs. Green and red, life and love, strung together like a beads on a thread, repeating on both sides. Because in kolam, what appears on the left must appear on the right. Symmetry is not decoration, it's devotion. Now, across the top and bottom, a garland of pink flowers, blossom after blossom, strung on a horizontal line, is what kolam does so quietly that you almost miss it. In our homes, we drape flower garlands above the doorway to mark something auspicious. And at the top corners, little flower bouquets in yellow and red, each one a cluster of the same heart-shaped petals, just rearranged. The frame is complete. The celebration has been announced. And now, in the four corners, something you don't usually see in a kolam. Curves, loops, and joints. The same strokes a hand uses to write or the same strokes a hand uses to draw kolam. And look closely at the each shapes. Red hearts, a large heart and a small heart, nestled together. The mother and the child. The same pair repeated at every corner of this kolam. And if no matter which direction you approach this threshold from, the first thing you see is a mother holding a child close. This is a kolam that does not just decorate the threshold, it names what it loves. And at the bottom of the kolam, a garden begins to grow. A green bush, lush and layered. The earth that holds everything. In kolam geometry, organic curves like these are the hardest to draw. Straight lines follow dots. Circle follows dots. But a leaf, a branch, a spreading bush, these require the hand to leave the grid and trust its own memory of how things grow. From the bush, a stem rises, and along the stem, leaves spread outward, some reaching left, some right, each one a pair of curves meeting at a point, each vein a line drawn from memory. The hands of a mother are like this. They grow in every direction at once, making, holding, feeding, reaching, and still they grow. And at the center of the stem, a tulip opens. 3 magenta petals, bright and unapologetic. Each petal a single curve rising from the same point, the way all kolam lines rise from the same dot. On either side of the tulip, 2 red roofs simple triangles with clean edges. In Kolam, the triangle is one of the oldest shapes. 3 dots, 3 lines, a shelter. A child's drawing of a house uses the same geometry that a grandmother's kolam does. This is what a mother builds. Not bricks, not walls, just the feeling that wherever she is, you are sheltered. And now, the heart of this kolam. 2 birds appear, one slightly larger, one slightly smaller. But look carefully, they are not simply facing each other. The mother bird is leaning forward, beak to beak with her child, feeding it. This is what mothers do. Before the child knows hunger, she has already answered it. Before the child can ask, she has already given. In Kolam, when 2 forms mirror each other, we call it bilateral symmetry. But this is not a perfect mirror. The mother is slightly larger. Her wing curves wider. Her body leans in. The symmetry is there, but the love bends it. Just enough to show who is giving and who is receiving. Between them, the tulip. Above them, a space about to be filled. The whole kolam has been building toward this single gesture, a mother feeding her young with nothing held back. And finally, the butterfly. Blue and purple wings. Polka dots with perfect circles hovering just above the 2 birds. The butterfly is the lightest element in this kolam, drawn last, placed highest. Its wings are a mirror image, each dot on the left matched by a dot on the right. In kolam mathematics, this kind of symmetry is called reflection, and the butterfly is its most graceful example. In many traditions, the butterfly represents the soul, transformation, the moment when something small becomes something that can fly. Every mother knows this moment. The child she held in her arms is now the person walking out the door. But the butterfly in this kolam is not leaving. It's floating right above. Still close, still part of the pattern. A 1,000 curves, and in between them a garden to grow in, a shelter to come home to, a gaze that never looks away, and wings given freely without asking for them back. That's what a mother draws at the threshold every morning, not for herself, not for anyone to see, dot by dot, curve by curve, always, always for you. Happy Mother's Day to each mother in every home.